government officials and political leaders, and we must take this on at once. These videos will not be allowed to stand. They must be demonetized. That's bullshit! Bullshit! Demonetize these videos. If you see something, it is your duty to create a wonderful and new YouTubing to inform the authorities and demonetize bullshit!
We want to talk about something right now that's a little more personal, but pretty important. We wrote about it on the website, louderwithcrowder.com, for those who don't know. And a lot of people read it. It was one of the most shared things we wrote this week. It's no secret that Louder with Crowder has been censored by Facebook, or been targeted for selective oppression by Facebook. It's technically not the government, so it's not censorship. But that was on Drudge, Gizmodo, it was all over the place that Louder with Crowder was fingered by Facebook as a page to throttle. We're fighting that legally.
In some ways, a metaphoric middle finger.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're fighting that behind the scenes. Okay, just so you know. But this week, for the first time, we ran into this problem with Google here on YouTube. And there has been definitely an uptick in election time. And it's very clear, if you watch this program, we're not the people who always go, censorship. A lot of people, if they have something that doesn't do well, they claim they're being targeted, they're being oppressed. We do it when there's clear-cut proof. A couple of things have happened. Google has blocked or suspended louderwithcrowder.com from being promoted online, in any kind of ads due to gun-related imagery, and I don't know, they gave another reason. I think we have an email sign-up thing there. So that hurts your rankings. That hurts if you search things. It makes you less likely to find us, and this is our livelihood. But YouTube, we found out this week, Jared can bring up some images. Prager University let us know this. I did a video with them this week. They are blocking our content through restricted mode. So if you're in restricted mode on YouTube, you cannot see our videos. What does that mean? That means most public libraries. That means most schools, certainly high schools, a lot of colleges, most public places. That means anyone who has a YouTube account, as far as I understand it, under the age of 18. YouTube doesn't allow you to see our videos. It's like a parental control. Our channel follows FCC guidelines because this show is syndicated across the country on radio. So we have to be pretty damn careful. Let alone, it's a PG-13 at best. Now, it is selective, because if Jared brings up this image again, we did some comparisons. If you look at Young Turks, every other word is the F word. Every other story is clickbait, dishonest, it's attacking, it's insulting, it's bullying. All of their videos are available. Something else, if you search Steven Crowder on YouTube, a channel with 500,000 subscribers, about 100 million plays, we don't show up. It takes you to other channels. Again, if you are in restricted mode. So, does this mean censorship? No. Does it mean the government is stepping in and silencing your speech? No, but it's indicative of the collusion that's occurring with Facebook, we know, Twitter, we know, and now YouTube, particularly in this election. If you look at the featured section on YouTube, the trending is just John Oliver, Seth Meyers, Samantha Bee, non-stop HuffPost video, BuzzFeed. And what they're doing is clearly targeting us because we're being effective. Really, Louder with Crowder is the most effective individual conservative YouTube channel. You got Paul Joseph Watson does great stuff. There are some other bigger channels that are parts of nonprofits or big networks. We're a lone wolf out there. And this is our livelihood. So here's the problem, Google. They've made many, many hundreds of thousands of dollars off of our videos because they've monetized them. So they've chosen to court us as users of YouTube as opposed to a different platform by offering to pay people to bring their content there. That's what makes YouTube. And now they're changing the deal. So that's the issue. They can kick anyone they want, but you can't entice people by offering them monetary compensation and then selectively targeting voices of dissent. So we want you to know, if you're subscribed on YouTube, just join Facebook mailing list. Make sure you have some other fail-safe, because every now and then people just aren't getting our stuff, and it's out of our control.
It's important to remember, it's not a fear-mongering thing, but it is important to remember that these are the liberals that are getting voted into office. These are the same agenda that's a part of their platform oftentimes. So, I mean,
very, very influential.
It's very influential, very controlling, and people that, it's happening in this sector, in the private sector first, but it's not too far off and too unrealistic to see them pushing more of this stuff.
Yeah. And they meet with Clinton. They've met with Obama. Yeah. They've been courted. Silicon Valley and the entertainment industry is far more influential than DC. And that's why we don't get as tied up about the election, because culture is always more important. And regardless of who wins, you're always going to have the Comedy Centrals, ABC, NBC, CBS, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. That's the real important.
Speaking of real life and culture, we're also seeing a lot of universities blocking the website and everything,
a lot of that's the restricted mode. So universities automatically use
the website and
the
YouTube.
website. Yeah. And so, listen, a lot of people have said, well, why don't you go start your own platform? We always want to fight the left where they are, okay? So people are on YouTube. We don't want to go to conservative tube or to God tube. We want to get our stuff out there because, you know, with that 100 million plays we have on YouTube, great numbers. We're incredibly grateful. They could all go away tomorrow. We're very aware of it. But we've reached a lot of people. We've changed a lot of minds, and we don't want to shut that off. That being said, it is getting to a point where we can't be dependent on it. And so we will say this, there are some things in the works. November 8th, on election night, we'll be making an announcement. And if you want to support what we do and what some other liberty-minded conservatives do, you're going to have that opportunity. And we're not a Patreon group. We're not sitting there with our cup out. Remember that Warrior? I'm trying. So I wish I liked you more when you're an alcoholic, not sitting there like a beggar with your cup out. Ow, Tommy. We're not a Patreon. We are not going to ask you for money. Whatever we do, it is going to be such a value-added proposition that we hope you want to be a part of it. Everything that's free is always going to be free. This show is never going to be taken off free unless we get banned from YouTube. We'll put it on Facebook. The articles, the podcasts that you get once a week, none of that's going to change. But we are going to be adding some things as a fail-safe here because it is very clear that the left wants to silence people like us. We're not forcing you to take part. A lot of you have said, hey, where can we buy merchandise? How can we support the program? Are you going daily? #NeverDaily. You might want to stay tuned for the announcement. We are going to give you the opportunity to be more active and take a part in this movement because I know all of you talk about Twitter and Facebook, and you've had pages removed, and you've been banned, and you've had your colleges block our site. Or to our troops, thanks so much who listen. A lot of them have to only do it through iTunes direct download because the website's been banned in a lot of countries, or even on some military bases and government buildings. People can't read our stuff. We very much appreciate what you go through, and we understand that a lot of you don't have the platform we have. We understand that a lot of you don't necessarily have the voice we have. We want to be a megaphone for that, and hopefully we've done that. So it's been a tough week going into election, and we are fighting these battles on the legal front. So we don't go on social media and talk about it a whole bunch. We write about it once typically and then work from behind the scenes. We just want you to know that you may not be getting stuff that you're subscribed to right now. So if you, wherever you're listening, iTunes right now, radio terrestrially, if you're on YouTube or on the website, just join somewhere else or 2 other places to make sure that you're safe. And it's sad that we have to do that. And this is emblematic of the left. Listen, private businesses have the right to do whatever they want. I understand that. But it is the left who is consistently at the forefront of trying to silence voices of dissent.
Here on YouTube and as well as the television, people are comparing politicians of today to literally me. This is unfair, this is inaccurate, and this is more importantly, a blatant misuse of the word literally. If I have taken back to restore Germany and the rest of YouTube into its former glory, we will outright ban the improper use of literally. No longer will the English language be abused by people who mean to say figuratively when they say literally. This will not be allowed to stand. This bullshit will not be allowed to stand. No more literal comparisons when you mean figurative comparisons! Und morgen die ganze Welt.
Hey, Jared's laughing. This video is taken from the full weekly podcast, Louder with Crowder. Subscribe by clicking it. Jared's laughing because he just got shot. The loss of blood is making him delirious. Who shot him? Guilty.